Yeah, everything going? Yep. Boom. Alright, let's go. Today's episode, obviously, sponsored by Human Appeal, as you know. Repping the thing all day. I'm joking. No, this podcast is sponsored by Human Appeal. We're raising money, even though it's gone throughout Ramadan. We're going to continue taking it throughout the year, inshallah. If you go on my Instagram bio, or you go onto my clicking the link in the description below, you'll find a Just Giving link, or you'll find the link in my bio on Instagram. Again, we're raising money throughout this whole project. Alhamdulillah, we have reached £22,000. That is just thinking about it is crazy. So inshallah, we can keep pushing that throughout the year. I need to stop swallowing in the mic. I'm sorry. but yeah. Make sure that you donate. Make sure that you again keep on giving throughout the year. Charity is not just prohibited or limited to Ramadan. So yeah. But basically, today's episode is just one of the reflections I had. The main, I'd say, reflection I had when I was in Senegal. And the reflection is, see, I have to do that every time I swallow. But yeah, the reflection is that I feel like we make the deen a lot harder than it needs to be. And also, that being said, I know like all these episodes are like kind of being like in the lane of like really being religious, but obviously that's just because it's a Ramadan project, and that's like obviously I'm talking. The podcast is mainly a reflection of where I am in my life right now, and the thing is that's where I am right now. Like again, just the things I'm watching and blah blah blah, and what I'm surrounding myself around when I'm with my friends and my friends in Mauritania or Senegal or whatever. Like these are the things they talk about, or Egypt. So yeah, so that's why the reason why it's like this. I don't want people to think, oh, this is a Dawah channel, because it's not. If you think it's a Dawah channel, I will do something so mad on the next episode that makes you know it's not a Dawah channel. Anyway, but yeah, don't think it's a Dawah channel. I'll show you that it's not a Dawah channel. But yeah. No, that we make the deen a lot harder than it needs to be. And I say that because when I'm in Senegal and when I'm in the village I go to in Kaolack, it's a very simple life that they live. Very simple. I'll try and break it down the best as I can. You wake up. You pray, no, so you don't wake up to pray Fajr. You're already awake to pray Fajr. But you pray Fajr. After Fajr, you'll do dhikr. And we'll do dhikr for a lot. For those that you don't know, dhikr is like remembrance. Like sometimes some people have a tasbih. Some people just reflect. Some people read. Like again, dhikr, the remembrance comes in many different forms. So they'll do dhikr for however long you got. I see some people just sitting there by themselves doing dhikr for like 2 hours. After that, they'll probably go sleep, because in Senegal it is boiling hot around like dhuhr time, and then they'll sleep maybe 4 or 5 hours, maybe up until dhuhr. They'll pray dhuhr, eat, pray asr, do dhikr again, eat, maghrib, dhikr, eat. Isha, and then after Isha, like it wallahi, when I say it to you, it sounds so boring. Like sometimes people say, oh yeah, so like, what did you get to? What did you get up to in Africa? And I'm like, yeah. And then I'll explain to them what I did, and as I'm explaining it, I'm realizing how boring it sounds. But the thing is, in subhanAllah, like Allah really does hide sometimes big things within small. He hides big, like almost secrets within small things. And yeah, you have to remember, like, you have to know, guys. Like, if you think I'm happy, like, I'm not usually happy when I'm in the UK. As some as you know, I do suffer with a little bit of um. I don't suffer from it. I just have it. You know what I mean? I think I'm very aware that mine's a chemical imbalance kind of depression. It's not a depression where it's like oh, my life shit. My life is very, very good, alhamdulillah. It's very good. But yeah, it's so it's more of like a chemical imbalance one. And then I think some of the things that went on in the past, like, I have if I think about it too much, maybe like it triggers those states. But either way, we don't suffer with it. We just get on. We move on with it. And that's not me being toxic masculinity and like, oh yeah, just bury it. Like, no, it's just you have to move forward with these things. You can't succumb to these emotions and things. But yeah, no, the main thing is like, when I'm out there in Africa, I'm at my happiest and I'm at my most content. And what does it say in the Quran, where it says, verily in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest? Now, Allah is either lying with that statement or the statement's true. Now, when we go to places like Umrah, when we go on Umrah and we go on Hajj, or we go on a ziyarah to like a Islamic country, like let's say when I used to go Fez a lot, all of these different things, I'm constantly surrounded by remembrance. I see people everywhere. You like, if any of you have ever been on Umrah, I think I think sometimes you might think the reason why it's so blessed is because of where you are, which is definitely a factor. But I think the other factor is there is probably not a second that goes by where you are not reminded about Allah in some way, whether it be seeing someone pray, whether it being, I don't really believe there's a dress code to Islam, but like obviously your mind is attached, like when you see a thobe you think, oh, Muslim. So like even those things, everywhere you look, or even like let's just say it's just something in Arabic, a lot of people just think Arabic, oh yeah, it's Muslim. You know what I mean? So, and I think it's the state of being in a constant remembrance that makes you so aware of Allah. And I think being in that state is what actually makes you feel so at peace, rather than where you are. Because like I said, I'm in Africa when I've got the same feeling I've got when I went on Umrah, maybe even more. Do you know what I mean? And it's because of this constant prayer, dhikr, and even eating. Like, eating might seem like a very like a mundane task, but like when we're eating, we're talking about Allah. We're talking like, and again, when I'm saying these Mauritanians and these Senegalese sheikhs, I can't even put into words how what level of Islam they're at, because it's just it's frightening how much they know. It's frightening. It's like, it's actually, sometimes I'm in awe when they speak or when someone translates what they're saying. But yeah. So, but again, taking all this time just to say, the deen is very simple. Pray your prayers on time. Try and learn what it is you're reciting. Have moments of reflection. Read. And like, other than like prayers, dhikr, trying to gain a little bit of knowledge every day, what more is there? Like, there is obviously extra stuff and more stuff you can do, more forms of worship, which is fine if you want to go down that road. But I'm talking about the people that maybe not have that time, but like they're not really on it like that. But the thing is, Allah has hidden big things in the small things. Like, sometimes I saw someone the other day, I'm not going to say any names whatsoever. Either way, I saw someone advising someone on a very, let's say, a point that didn't, I can't tell you how stupid the point was because I can't even remember it. But it was such a dumb point, like, and they were having like a big debate on this topic. But in my head, I'm looking at one of them. Wait, so these two people, they're having a debate. So these two people, they're having a debate about again, something so trivial within Islam. I wish I remembered what they were talking about. But as they're arguing and they're getting super debated, this person's saying this person's like haram and blah blah blah, and I'm there and I'm like, I know you don't pray. SubhanAllah. I'm not laughing at the fact you don't pray. Sometimes I don't pray. Like, don't get it. But I was just there and I was just witnessing. I was like, why are we worried about these trivial matters, the fiqh of fly fishing or something like this, when it's like, when there's prayers that you've not done, or when you don't pray at all, whichever one it is. Like, that's what I'm saying. I think sometimes you see it when people like become students of knowledge or whatever, they've developed this type of character about themselves. But it's very simple to be a Muslim. It's a very easy process to be. It's not hard at all. It's really not hard. Fast when it's Ramadan, pray your prayers on time, do a bit of dhikr. Even the dhikr is now becoming extra, but like, do a bit of dhikr. And again, just design your life in a way which helps you do those easy tasks. Because even though I'm saying these tasks are so easy, I know a lot of you that are watching this, you don't pray on time, or you don't pray at all. And I'm not getting on to you for that whatsoever. Because again, I'm in the exact same position. There's times I'm late. There's times I just don't pray or whatever. Again, it's not something that we should. It's not. I don't like the fact that when we glamorize that either. When it's like, oh no, it's all right that they don't. It's not all right that we don't pray, and we should aim to do better. Like, again, just grow up and make it a priority in your life. Because if you don't, I've seen it multiple times, especially in my life. When you don't make prayer and things a priority, when you don't make Allah your priority, the dunya becomes your priority, which is in the control of Allah anyway. So when you make the dunya priority, you've made that your master. To be honest, it's going to be the next episode I'm talking about in terms of like what you're a master to, what you're a slave to. And it's basically again, yeah, if Allah's not your priority, that means the dunya's your priority, and we already know what the dunya's natural nature is. It's not going to bring you happiness. It's not going to bring you contentment or any of these things. So I think it's just imperative of us just to get down the solid foundation, and don't think, and this is what the main thing, don't think the foundation is like, oh, baby level or entry level. No. The foundation, Allah made these things the foundations for a reason. Because if you have a strong foundation, you know this in jiu-jitsu, you know this in fighting, you know this in sports, you know this in everything, but like even in just like knowledge wise, if you have a good foundation of like philosophy, psychology, all these things, you'll go on to live a prosperous life and have a good a grounding for anything. Even a relationship, you have a good foundation, you've got a good relationship. And I think that's the thing. Once you master the foundational points of this deen, you'll understand, oh yeah, why they're so needed. And this is, again, I've kind of just this is a bit all over the place, this episode. I like this one though, because I've just put the camera on and just recorded, and that's what I kind of wanted this podcast to be. Again, just kind of pretty much all episodes I just click and I just have the talking point of what I want to talk about. I don't have any notes. Like, what I'm looking at right now is just the voice scale of what it is. But yeah, so now I'm gonna do the episode tomorrow about this, what we're slaves to. Yeah, 100%. That's gonna be a good episode. Yeah. But yeah, so the main takeaway I want you to take away from this episode is focus on your prayers, focus on your dhikr. Dhikr meaning reflection of Allah, reflection of nature, reflection of philosophy, reflection of psychology, reflection of all these things and how maybe they relate back to Allah. Read, learn more. My Lord, increase me in knowledge was a dua that the Prophet used to make, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And again, if the Prophet's making it, I feel like you need it as well. Again, if the Prophet is asking Allah to increase him in knowledge, again, the most knowledgeable, like, where are you in that? You know what I mean? So, funnily enough, one of the Mauritanian scholars said that to me. He said he basically referred to himself as a student of knowledge. And basically, when he referred to him as a student of knowledge, he was basically saying because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that he asked Allah to increase him in knowledge. So he said, so what does that make me? And again, this guy is he's a student of knowledge in terms of those like by that metric, but this guy is legit. Anyway, but yeah, make sure you donate in the description below. Episode coming tomorrow. Hopefully everyone's alright. Everyone's doing okay. I'm praying for all of you. I pray for all my followers. I actually do. Yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow.